Finding places for school children isn't just a challenge in Gauteng, but also in the Western Cape. Let's find out how things are faring in that province. We speak to Education MEC spokesperson Kerry Mauchline. Thank you very much, Kerry, for joining us. What is happening in that province ahead of schools reopening tomorrow?
Well, we have been hard at work getting our schools ready to reopen tomorrow, and we're quite excited about it. Certainly, there's been a lot longer time for teachers and staff members to be back at school than usual. Normally, it's only a couple of days. This time, it's been a few weeks. So they've been hard at work, not only preparing for the return of learners tomorrow, but also preparing just in case we have any further disruptions across the year, preparing lessons, and for any eventualities that might arise.
In terms of learners that still need to be placed in schools, what is the situation like there?
We still have a sizable number of learners. It's nearly 11,000 learners that have not yet been placed in a school. You know that this is a perpetual problem in the Western Cape. We have massive increase in the number of learners every year, but unfortunately our budget just doesn't keep pace with that. But that doesn't mean that we're just going to leave it. We don't just give up. We do absolutely everything in our power to place those learners. Unfortunately, not all of them will be placed by tomorrow, but certainly once we hit that 10-day mark, the 10th day survey, which is our sort of landmark time at schools, we then know exactly how many more spaces there are to fit those learners into.
Again, distance being a problem for some parents, what to do in that situation?
Certainly, where we have placed learners far away from where they live, we try not to do that. Our biggest goal is always to get learners to not have to travel far. But certainly we do provide learner transport to make sure that learners can get safely to school. Our biggest problem is that the demand is not uniform across the province. The demand is concentrated very much in the metro. And when you have a lot of people moving into an area and you don't have the money to build the 18 new schools we'd need every year just to keep up, never mind address the backlog, it's very, very difficult to manage. But we have expanded classrooms where we can, and we are placing mobile classrooms at schools where there's high demand.
In terms of PPE and the state of readiness for learners to actually walk into the class and education or schooling resumes, where are you sitting with that?
Our districts monitor that situation very closely, and this whole week they've been engaging with schools to say, do you have too little? Have you perhaps got an oversupply that we can use elsewhere? And certainly any school that is having problems with sufficient protective materials must let their district know immediately if they can't resolve it, so that we can make sure that that's all in place. But that's been happening this whole week. Certainly the reports from the districts are very good, and we're confident about the reopening tomorrow.
Kerry Mauchline, spokesperson for the Western Cape Education MEC. Thank you.